All right, we're live.
Hello. Welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 483. There's 84.
80.
Probably. This is what happens when we go live. I screw it up. Anyway, welcome. Hello. We're just happy to have you here. Who cares what episode it is? I'm Otto. Tonight I'm joined with Jared.
What up?
And there's Victor Charlie.
Good to see you guys. All right,
Like
let's
shirt.
get it. Let's go.
And then the non-state hostile intelligence service is back. James Babb.
It's so good to be here. And I love the way that our professionalism just grows with every episode, right?
Yeah.
It's like just gets better and better.
It's almost like we haven't been doing it for like 10 years. well. So anyway, so you're back fresh off your you were hosting some where were you this weekend, James?
New
Probably good
Jersey.
people. Yeah.
It was the NJLP convention, and they had a candidate debate with 7 candidates. So, I mean, there's been so many candidate debates for the libertarians. It's like, wow, incredible. So, but that's good though. Put these guys to work. You know, they all seem rather exhausted. They've been really at it hard. I mean, whatever you think about the candidates individually, like these guys are, I'm sure they're like living out of suitcases, eating shitty food, having to talk to libertarians day in and day out.
Yeah.
All for nothing.
Right.
Yeah. But this event
awful.
was super fun. It was well attended. And I was the co-moderator with Larry Sharp. And that was fun. You know, it worked out great. You know, I did get at least one of the candidates to support recreational gain of function research. So
nice.
Who is that?
Josh Smith. So.
Okay. What any highlights, lowlights? What
well,
anything?
they're terrible. They're really all terrible.
They are.
As much as I like them, you know, like they're just really shitty candidates, shitty libertarians. There's some combination of the two. Hate to say it. But even the best of them is kind of like, ooh, you know, I guess you could be the candidate, but I don't know. Just weak. You know, no offense, guys.
Weak field.
You know, no offense, but
We're just waiting for Spike to get in.
You know, Spike, where are you? Right? Like we need somebody that's a principled libertarian who can handle himself, who's widely liked. He's charismatic. He's got a hot wife. I mean, what else do you need in this business? He's a Jew.
Well, he's a Jew for Jesus, but
yeah, so he's the correct one, Jared.
Christian.
But the event was fun. We played a game called Splain It to a Normie. Right.
Okay.
So we had like some different characters set up. So the candidate would pick a character like, you know, like Back the Blue or, you know, Teamster or, you know, or student loan, you know, person. And so they picked the person and then they got a question as if that person was trying to like stick them with something.
Okay. How did that go over?
I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, the whole idea was to try to come up with some way to make this entertaining as the like 75th Libertarian presidential candidate debate. One thing I think frustrated. I know some of the candidates would prefer, like, they don't really get a chance to give like a long form presentation. Everything's like in 90 seconds or less. Boom. You know, like they really are kind of like all like. They're not really.
But how can you when there's 7 people there?
Well, that's obviously part of the
like you're gonna have a 6-hour debate. Then people are really gonna kill themselves.
When I helped organize a convention for LPPA with a debate, like in the, I guess this was the Bob Barr cycle. We had about 6 or 8 candidates. Bob Barr didn't come to ours though. But we set it up so each candidate had a 30-minute time slot throughout the day. So candidates we didn't like were at like 8 a.m. and the candidates we did like would be at like, you know, afternoon slots. But basically every candidate could say everything they wanted to say. And then when the debate came time, they didn't have to squeeze everything into a 2-minute intro. But plus, you get all your free content that way for your convention. So it's not a bad way to go.
All right, NJLP. What else? Any other highlights from the convention, Babs?
I'd say they always have good weed in New Jersey.
Okay,
I think
got that weed man up there, huh?
There's some strong traditions there. Saw some of the old timer libertarians came out, but overall it was pretty fun. One question I did ask, was kind of like, what did you do during the dark times, right? Like what were you doing? And the funniest answer was from Mike Termott. First, other people were saying, oh, we did podcasts or wrote articles or we organized events and, all this kind of stuff. And you get to Mike Termott, he's like, I was a cop.
I was out there shutting down businesses for.
Yeah, I was out on the beach chasing off surfers, or I don't know what he. His job was to tape off playground equipment. What was he doing?
Filling skate parks with sand.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So,
okay.
But he's a nice guy, but why is he there? Why is he the?
I just got an email from him.
Yeah,
I don't know how. Yeah, so I immediately unsubscribed. But yeah, I don't know why I'm on all these
Gary
lists.
Johnson was a nice guy. Does he work directly for the CIA or is he just some kind of a puppet? I don't know. I don't want to say he is definitely CIA. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he came up to a Baltimore meetup, so I thought that was.
Yeah, he did.
And he's nice. He's a good dude. I mean, he's good to talk to, but yeah, it's just he just has some Kerry Johnson vibes. Just I don't know. I don't know. I'm just so over this whole presidential race because no matter who the nominee is, it's so pathetic. It's like, Kennedy's going to eat their lunch. I mean, it lower your expectations. No, we'll be lucky to get.
Well,
1%.
first of all, don't have any expectations.
Well, yeah,
okay?
exactly.
This is the Libertarian Party. Okay, so if you have expectations, this is your last cycle with the party. You know what I mean?
This is it.
It's going to be sad for you. But
in a year or two, it's going to start. This whole thing's going to start breaking up. Anyways, we're not even going to have presidential elections, God willing.
Let's hope not. That would at least be some progress, right? But there were several questions involving police, right?
Yeah.
And all these libertarians, and it was only Rechtenwald who actually suggested free market police solutions. Everybody else is just, we support police, and I mean, one of the guy was a cop, and the other, and a lot of the other people are explaining how, we just need to, we need to do cops better. We have this,
they need better training.
We're just gonna have cops do the things we want them to do, not the things that they do. Okay, good luck with that.
Well, I mean, that's some wishful thinking, Yeah, if only what make police officers great again. Was that their motto?
Well, who I thought presented himself.
We have a question from the crowd here. Brian wants to know, why was Babs at an LP convention?
Better yet. Spread the news that James Babb was decided to be the first alternate in the LPPA convention, and he wasn't even there.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not even a member.
Are you going to fulfill your duties, Babs, as an alternate to?
Yeah, or are you going to abdicate?
Maybe I will. When I was involved in the LPPA, basically every single last motion at the convention would be that every single member was considered an alternate delegate, right? So so we would always have enough slots. If you didn't have all the slots filled, any LPPA member could end up taking one of those. Usually they were bringing in people from other states. They could never get enough people to fill those slots. So I don't know. Are they going to fill the slots now? Do people want them? I mean, this was pre Mises battling.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know that they thought you were the bee's knees.
Who else got nominated? Everybody else, like normal?
No, not everyone else. No.
Just very special people.
Yeah.
Who nominated me?
I don't know. Mitch is the one who told me about it.
Lotto passing.
No, I wasn't even there. I couldn't go.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to.
I'll do
guess
some digging. I'll find
have
out.
to go.
I mean, it's right
Like,
down
what
the
if
road.
I had
You
to?
gotta
What if
go.
I had to pick one of those candidates? It'd be kind of sad.
There's always no
Chase Oliver. Chase
Noda.
Oliver handled
Noda.
himself well. I thought Chase Oliver at least brought a little bit of enthusiasm. And he's like kind of like fired up, even if he's maybe not he's kind of a new libertarian, I think, but he's still
Okay.
at least he's motivated,
Sure.
I guess. I'm just kidding.
That's a word.
He's not a cop.
Well, he liked a lot of the COVID policies. He liked a lot of
but
the-
he's
did he?
no. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You took the
he did.
jab. You're unqualified as a libertarian candidate. See you
Just
later.
because he got jabbed. I mean,
Yes.
was he out there advocating for
Yes.
jabs or just taking it?
He went along with the
he was
regime.
it's a private company and businesses should be allowed to enforce whatever.
Yeah, he
whatever
went
they
with
want,
regime
whatever
talking
mandates they
points.
want.
So
Yeah.
no, he's disqualified
bueno.
in my eyes. Plus, he's an identitarian. He's such into identity politics. No.
Like he had a little Maryland get together thing. I came there because I wanted to hear from him. It was right by my house. I think he's a good guy, but I just don't align with him politically that much. So at least on some of the issues.
That's why I think like nobody really had Hornberger has the good libertarian knowledge base, but
he's not current. Like he's like campaigning like in 2000 or something. Like he's stuck in some like where have you been?
Okay, we'll call him. He's going after the libertarian boomer vote. Like okay, but at least at least old guys like me can be like, well, at least he'll give a libertarian answer most of the time.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I got probably all his Future of Freedom or a couple pamphlets, like a bunch of those pamphlets. I mean, he's great, but it's like
I mean,
don't
he
know.
really should be spending his time doing more Future of Freedom shit, which is awesome.
Right.
Than like wasting his time. But I think he enjoys it. He likes getting out there, talking about libertarianism and meeting people.
He likes fighting Josh a lot, which is funny.
Yeah. And some guy
he got I don't know, he got Josh to like concede on one of his points of like, okay, abolish Social Security right away. I don't know why this was contentious.
I saw that clip going around Twitter.
Yeah, and I saw Josh was like pissed off about it, but I never heard Josh say like, oh, we need to keep it for 25 more years. I don't know.
Well, evidently that's a fairly common position where they'd say, well, like, yeah, we need to get rid of it, but we have to pay these people paid in. We can't just cut off old people that they vote.
Well, it's the same logic that people are using to like justify public property or like what the government should do with public property. It's like, well, we paid into it, so like I should be able to like throw the homeless people off of it. It's like, no, it's not your property. It was stolen from you, or it was paid for via your stolen money, or confiscated, and it's not yours.
Well, you got to get the boomer vote, so you got to pander a little bit.
Otherwise, dude, why is anybody trying to get votes? No one's gonna win. Stop trying to get votes.
Exactly.
Just say libertarian shit. That's all you should be doing. Is just say libertarian
and be
shit.
as hardcore about it as you can. At least build the ideological movement, right?
Yeah. No,
look, you could be pragmatically like, oh, maybe we shouldn't get rid of police right away or something. But like, you shouldn't be saying that at a libertarian debate. You should be like, yeah, we shouldn't like fuck the police. That's what you should be saying. Like, if you're not saying that, you don't belong there.
I mean, there's no conversation about police like should take place without talking about the monopoly nature of police. Right. The whole idea of a monopoly is shitty service and high costs. Okay. You're not going to address a single problem with police until you address the monopoly issue. Case closed. I mean, you can try to do, how many reforms have we seen? NYPDs, they've tried to, the mayors tried to reel them in. No. The state legislatures tried to reel them in. No. They do whatever the hell they want to do.
Now they're all just like former Iraqi vets with PTSD that just fire off like mag dump because they heard an acorn fall on a car. Like, dude, like,
yeah,
this isn't something the free market would be producing, right? I mean,
what kind of quality do you expect from a monopoly? You know, and even like Hornberger's like, well, we need government, police, and courts and military,
because he's a minarchist.
Yeah.
Or as we like to call them, or as we call them, communists.
In the tradition of Mises, right? Wasn't he known for calling everybody communist?
You're all a bunch of socialists.
Or socialists, yeah. You'd call them socialists.
Yeah, I called into Boomer Talk Radio the other day. They were yakking about public education in Maryland, and they're so they made a declaration like, oh, we need to spend this billions. It's some commission got together and all these education wonks and how to improve public education, all of it unfunded. So it's all pushed down to the counties, and all these counties, even like the mayor of the city's like, wait, what? We got to pay for this? It's like, yeah, there's no more of this printed COVID money just coming down from the federal government magically. Like, this is going to be in the budget the next couple years, so there's a shortfall, and so it's drastically going to change the sizes of classes. Like, where first through third grade, it's going to be a ratio of like one teacher per 20 students, but then once they get into like third or whatever grade, it's all this. Oh, well, we got to focus on reading and fundamentals and all this and mathematics, and then once they get into the
is this Baltimore?
This is all throughout Maryland. And they're just basically, and I just called in, and they're like, do you think this is a good thing, the class sizes? What do you think? And I just was like, I called in, and it's like, oh, I thought this was solved with No Child Left Behind, and I thought this was solved with Common Core, and I thought this was solved with the Department of Education being established in the 70s. I said, no, nothing's going to be solved because the public education is monopoly. They have no incentive to improve. And so I just went off, and you
want poor kids to be uneducated,
right? You just want, yes. and yeah. So then they're like, well, and I just mentioned that our governor is a hypocrite because he had the option of school choice, yet he won't advocate for it. And school choices, and I said, well, school choice is just a step in the right direction, but that's still a monopoly. That's still using.
There's only one school choice.
Yeah, it's abolished
and that
public
is
schools,
government school or not, and
right.
and not is the choice you want to make.
There you go.
So I just call in just to get my point. I just call in just to take a wrecking ball to their state of shit.
Yeah, you do that better than I did, because I can't put up with it. Like, I start hearing people talk about like, well, we should be building a school, and it's not fair that on this side of the county our children have to drive to school, where in other sides of the county, I just want to just yell at all.
Even when they'll tell you how terrible the school is, they will defend it to the bitter end.
Because
right?
It's cultural. It's their
They'll
thing.
tell you how terrible it is. And when you say like, oh my God, that sucks, we should get rid of it. They're like, whoa.
I just, what do you got? What are you guys drinking, by the way?
They just need more money.
What are you guys drinking? Wow. You guys drinking anything? Getting
warmed
up for the State of the
Union?
Water. Nice Baltimore tap water with all the fluoride.
Yeah.
I'll grab a beverage when I need it most, as I see that the live stream of the.
Yeah, I stopped up at our friend Doug's bar to pick up a 6-pack. But long story short, as I was sitting in the bar, just the public schools, a couple of the people sitting around the bar while I was waiting to pick up a 6-pack, they were like, "Did you hear the school? 2 schools like within a couple blocks of here were locked down because of school shooters for like hours." And it's like, and all of them are like, yeah, we're getting our kids out of there. I'm getting my grandkids. Like, it's happening. I think it's happening. People are sick and tired.
We just need more school shooters, is what you're saying.
We just need more MK Ultra kids to push the homeschool movement, to push the normies towards the homeschool.
We need to start radicalizing.
We need
to take a page out of the CIA's book, dude.
Yeah,
take a page out of the CIA's book.
Start giving LSD to kids and brainwashing them.
Yeah,
MK Ultra the trans kids. to shoot up some schools.
Oh, they already are. So it's
Oh
fine.
yeah, I mean, it's facts, but you'll
Do
never
double
hear that.
double MK Ultra.
They're all jacked up on anyway, but no, it's great. It's insane the amount of, and it's just like what Malice says. Kids, they could go their whole life, and the only time they've ever witnessed violence in their life is in the public school system.
Oh,
But why do people they cling to this so hard? As soon as you say like, oh, defund racist schools, right? That'll make them pull their hair out, right? Like, wait a minute. No, we can't defund schools, but wait a minute. They're racist schools. Wait a minute. Like Philadelphia public government schools, it's like one of the most racist institutions in the city when it comes to discipline, results, everything, opportunities handed out. They just assume that that blacks in Philly are just they're like prison prep for them, and like, oh, okay, we'll teach you white kids math over here, off to the side.
Was it poor kids are just as smart as white kids? What was that Biden gap?
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, so speaking of Biden
presidential,
I just want to tell you guys, I changed my complete opinion on Joe Biden. And I heard this great speech, not even speech, a little quip from one of our great people of our time, Joe Scarborough.
It's God's truth. My word is a Biden.
Oh,
so if you want to, Jared, if you want to put up my Joe Scarborough status that I shared in the chat.
Sure. Joe Scarborough is a retard, it says.
Oh gosh, with the
all right.
Oh, here we go. What does MSNBC have to say?
But comparing that guy middle state, I've said it for years now. He's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. And, I don't know if people know this or not. Biden used to be a hothead. Sometimes that Irishman would get in front of the reasoning. Sometimes he would say things he didn't want to say.
All right.
This is, and I don't really, I don't really care.
Here we go.
Start your tape right now because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth.
F you. Whoa.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. I've known him for years.
Ever.
Brzezinski's
I've changed my whole opinion.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been dumb.
Could we make a sound bite out of best Biden ever?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna save this.
Well, I responded.
This is better than the Biden hot tub with the kids. It's better than the Biden who did the crime bill and put all those black people in jail. It's better than the one who's accused rapist. Like,
I mean, in a sense, it is right. I mean, he can't be raping or imprisoning as many people now, right?
Well, I said, if you look at it through the lens of the corporate puppet masters, he's dead right. Joe is a meat puppet and does their bidding, being held up by the media like he's in Weekend at Bernie's. Like, he's the perfect. This is the best Joe Biden to people like
even
Joe Scarborough.
Even George W. Bush wasn't nearly as genocidal, I think. I mean, their body counts are probably similar at this point, but I don't think that that Bush was really, like into the mass murder like Biden is.
Yeah.
Should we check in on the protests going on outside the Capitol right now?
Apparently, they blocked the motorcade. So when I'm hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters, which might I add, are just the left is so good at
who's in the motorcade, by the way. Like, who's in the motorcade?
I think you said presidential motorcade.
That's just going to be a decoy, right?
Shame! Look, and they're projecting. They have projectors up on the side of the building.
Are those all the deaths in Palestine?
A genocide when the highest court in the world said that it is plausible
Look at
are
this goofy with a mask right there.
Yeah, see, they're all stupid shit libs. But I wish
You
they
know
were.
what? He's a stupid shit lib who's there, and that's not a shit lib. That's just a maybe a Bernie bro.
It's not only the last 5 months.
Yeah, pause this. What
That's
the
the
fuck?
shit libs.
We know.
They're all probably communists or
That knows.
socialists, but they're
But you
good
know
on the
what?
Yeah,
post.
not
So
shit
what if
libs.
they're socialists or communists? They're out there doing it, right?
I
So
know
I'm
they're
not
better
gonna-
than libertarians.
No, the
Here we
shit
are,
libs-
we're doing this.
Here we are doing a stupid podcast.
Right.
know.
No,
right?
if the shit libs are too busy saying like this is anti-Semitism and shit like
Oh,
that.
It's
Right,
true.
that's what the shit libs are doing. These are
Yeah.
just like I don't know,
Like actual liberals that are or commies, but they're confused.
They're just left. They're actual leftists, like
Yeah.
real left.
leftists. I mean, if you're
Yeah,
willing to
whatever.
part company and not only part company with the Biden regime, but to directly oppose it in the streets, like you're okay
I'll
with
stand
that.
with
You
them
know,
when it
right?
comes to war. Stuff.
Yeah.
They're good on that.
I'm sure
But
they're
you won't
gonna,
stand
let
with
me
them in the
guess,
bread lines.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess there's some kind of climate change problem that's connected to this. If we continue to watch the protest, somehow it's always gonna be like we can't send money for the bombs when we need to. We've got kids
Clean
to
energy.
hurt here at home, not in
These
Israel.
protests are way more well funded than any libertarian protests. So that's what you got to think.
Well, what do you
That's how
need? I mean,
they
what
get
do
those
they
massive
spend the money on
projectors.
there? They got some signage. I didn't see anything super expensive. What are you
A
talking
projector,
about?
you can get that for like $100 on Amazon.
Again,
We got projectors,
What about bricks? Bricks are cheap. Remember the bricks?
pallets of bricks are cheap.
yeah, the
Yeah.
pallets of bricks.
Yeah.
Don't look here. Wait till I'm done dropping them, and then you guys can have fun. That's kind of the MO. I don't know, man. I feel like the leftists, they're very well funded and very well organized when they have all that funding and stuff. So I just remember putting together I was part of the rally last year. Yeah, exactly. We have jobs.
We have jobs. We actually have responsibilities.
That's right, Brian.
Well, and they have sort of
We have
that,
families. We have to
collectivist
take care of-
mindset. So it's like easy for them to just like libertarians are just too fucking like individualistic and
Well, I know.
hard-headed.
But it sucks because everyone's accusing us of being paid by the Russian government for the
Let's get
Rage Against the
paid.
War machine. I know, and I'm like,
Let's
no
get
Russian
paid.
agent reached out to me. I would have taken I would have taken so much money.
Should have asked
Yeah, Russ
Tucker.
said-
You know what? We could introduce the show as
To Russia Today.
Iranian-backed punk rock libertarian podcast. Right? Like, why not? I'll be Iranian.
Yeah, and we'll get the little Twitter like state-funded media.
Yeah, I don't care.
Funded media. Yeah, hell yeah. I'll do
mean,
it. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to get paid. Ain't no shame in my motherfucking game.
We should bring on some Houthis onto the show to interview.
Wait, did you say hoop tea or Houthis?
The Houthis.
Oh, okay. oh, Jared. Yeah, he's got the hoop
Yeah.
tea. You're from Baltimore.
What do you
Why
got?
is it such a Baltimore thing? The hoop tea.
Is it a Baltimore thing?
It's totally a Baltimore thing. People were making fun of it on podcasts. Like they're like, "Oh, that's a Baltimore thing."
I don't know. Shannon bought a box of it when we went somewhere, and of course, I ended up drinking it because. Well, she's always like, "Oh, that sounds good. I want to try that," and then she has like 5 sips. Is like, "I don't like this," and then I'm like, "All right, I guess I'm gonna be drinking the rest of this because I'm an
I got some
alcoholic."
in my fridge too. My wife did the same thing. She bought some, or her friend bought some, but I'm not drinking right now. So fuck. I wish I was.
Why again? Are you doing the
That's
Lent
for
thing? Or
Lent.
something?
It's Lent for Otto, not
Yeah.
for me yet.
Great
So
fast.
I still got
Lent.
another week. And then I got to fast.
Oh, right. The Orthodox calendar, like they rejected the new calendar or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the leap year just like kind of
Yep. It expand. Yeah, because usually it was like,
They
oh,
don't
it's like
even-
a week behind, and
They
now
don't
it's
even
like, nope, you're
believe
a full
in
month
leap.
behind.
They don't even believe in the leap year. They're so old school, right?
Old
Right.
school, man.
They're
They're
like
like-
4 days behind.
we're still
Yeah,
below
they're
the firmament.
Gregorians, man.
We're still the Earth is the center of the universe.
Yeah, what calendar are you using?
didn't-
Like
they
the Romulus calendar, or what?
Is it flat? Is the Earth flat?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Do you
speaking
want to
of
play
that,
the video of that football guy?
yeah. So it's sports ball time. It's the
transition, guys.
NFL draft, and this was like, well, not the draft, but it's the combine where,
Sports ball combine.
where they potential draft players to be drafted.
Oh,
And
his
this was
brother,
an interview.
too. All right.
Yeah, you're discussing that you don't believe in.
Nah, I don't believe in space. I'm like,
He doesn't believe in space.
I think like where you're strong right now. I believe in like
Wanna
planets
pause it.
and stuff like that. I don't know.
What led you to that point to believe that?
I can't hear where he's saying.
I really,
It's hard.
I believe in like the heliocentric thing, like he's revolve around the sun and stuff. But then like I started seeing like flat Earth stuff, and I'm like, this is kind of interesting. And they start bringing up valid points. I mean, I don't know.
He's like a bright young man.
He said he doesn't believe in space and planets and that kind of
He
stuff.
said he wasn't on board with the heliocentrism, and then he found out about flat Earth, and that really, caught his intellectual curiosity.
Ball, I don't.
Dude, I mean, space is filmed in a Hollywood basement. It's all fake. It's all, green screen, fake shit. I mean, he's got some good points. I mean, we can't get past the firmament. We never went to the moon. This guy's making valid points.
I am willing to
can't get there.
That we did.
There's no way we went to the moon.
Or if we went
Who's
to the
this
moon,
we?
there's no way we could have filmed it. Well, sorry, we said we. I'm sorry, I got to respect the pronouns.
Otto went to the moon.
Offended.
Yeah.
The U.S.
How do we get
NASA
Otto to the
would be
moon?
NASA.
We need Iranian backing to send Otto to the moon.
Yeah, I'll go.
Did
I'll
you
go
just
to
think
outer space.
there's been 2 things have landed on the moon recently, both tipped over. I thought that was
Yeah,
really
they
funny.
tipped over.
Okay, so you're telling me with all this technology, we can't even fucking land a drone on the moon, but yet 60 years ago, first time, all three, Buzz Aldrin, what's his nuts, Neil Armstrong, and the they
I think they did spend like 1,000 times more money on that back then. Like this is like comparatively like just a drop in the bucket of what they spent on that shit.
But even still, though, like I don't think we went.
I'm willing to concede that video that they took is definitely like not. It could it's a strong probability that it's not real. That even if we did make it to the moon, there was no way for us to prove it. So they faked the video just to show the world and show the Russians that we did it. If that's the further, but I'm also willing to accept the fact if you were to tell me, oh, here's conclusive evidence we never went, I'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, because I don't believe anything the government tells me. Like nothing. I believe nothing anymore. I'm so black-pilled. Like government comes out and says something, I'm just like, oh, it's the opposite immediately.
I mean, let's not. I mean,
it's not a bad position. You know?
I mean, Operation Paperclip. It's like, hey, here, fellow Nazis, you're about to go to trial, but I could build a spaceship. I could build the spaceships. Okay, you know what? You guys are the good guys. Right to NASA you go.
You're the good
and
Nazis.
CIA,
You're like Azov. You're good Nazis.
Yeah,
I think it was more like we can build V2s for your nukes, and they're like, that sounds interesting.
I mean, it's
that's great.
And they're like, hey, did we tell you about our eugenics program? And they're like, oh, sure, bring it along. No problem.
I agree with Brandon. That's a question Tucker should ask Putin. Did the U.S. go to the moon? Maybe that's the file he handed to him. He's like, here's the files. We spent more time in the Russians spent more time in space, and we could never get past the firmament. Tucker, here's the files. That's probably what was in that folder.
Here's the file.
The firmament file.
That's a podcast title right there.
Well, I mean, remember, it was the Russians that were the first ones to soft land on the moon. So,
I mean, it's
I don't know. All I remember is Sputnik, and then they sent up the dog, and then they were like, allegedly.
Early space program, I think, was all Russia. They were putting dogs in space, people in space, like getting people killed in space. They're like, they were into it.
Fuck it, send them up.
Firmament.
Send them bitches up.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Ooh, what are you drinking there, James?
This is
look
good.
good.
It's called
Semen.
40 Ways by Treehouse.
Treehouse is they brew some great beers.
Treehouse.
Oh man, a couple of weeks ago.
What's the alcohol content on that?
Like 8 point something.
Oh, it's perfect.
8.3. Perfect. It's perfect.
Oh, do you know that, you guys? You know Heavy Seas loose cannon? Do you know they made a triple cannon?
Damn, triple,
like 9.5%. I'm like, oh, give it to me.
Damn, I can't do it. I can barely
a lot of
do it
people
double.
can do that, but does it taste Right. You know, like
I haven't.
very. It's
The
difficult.
double cannon is good.
This is.
The
I mean,
double cannon.
Some
I
can do
know.
triple.
Good.
Some can do 9% plus, and it's not and
Or
it
is
still
10?
tastes
Is
right.
it 10? I forget. I think it's like 10.
I think
You
Golden
know what I
Monkey
can't
does it
stand?
right.
You ever have dogfish head?
90
minute IPA, 90
Yeah.
minute.
I don't think
I
I
like
both.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I've had their 90. I've had their 120, which is
Oh, the
120 is
maybe
awful.
the 120 is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the
Probably
120
the
tastes
120.
like cough
I have
syrup.
not had 120.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it tastes like something like maple syrup with rubbing alcohol mixed in.
Yeah, they
Like
were
that.
doing
Gross.
back when I lived in Eldersburg. They would do like an unkegging of it at a local bar restaurant called Oscars, and like I went once, and yeah, it was like even like fresh out of the keg, like freshly tapped. It was just like shit, but it was 100. It's like 11-12% or something.
That's fucking hilarious.
You're like, all right, I'll take 2.
I went to Treehouse, I guess 2 weekends ago, up by Cape Cod. They've got breweries all over Massachusetts now, but I've never been to the Cape Cod facility, it was beautiful out there, even in the wintertime. Very nice.
Never been. I flew over it. I've never been.
I could have gone over to Martha's Vineyard to maybe check in on the Obamas or.
Dude.
Yeah.
What's
that?
It's just reminding me. Yeah, I was supposed to go see Alkaline Trio with my wife for her birthday this on Tuesday. They sucks because they're playing with Drug Church. Drug Church was like my freaking favorite, and I had to miss it because my son he had stomach virus. Like as we were leaving, started like
this Tuesday,
vomiting.
Just past?
Yeah, this Tuesday. So
you can find a babysitter and just sit with him puking.
Nah, that's that because we weren't sure because he just said his stomach was hurting us. So I was like, I don't want to send him to his grandfather's house, and I don't know. I'm like, so like parenting instincts kicked in. I was like, I'll just stay with them. And then no sooner than like 10 minutes after my wife left, he started like from both ends, like just like letting it rip. I was like, man. I'm glad
dude, there's something
home.
going around. I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's everywhere. All the kids in his class have it. He also had pink eye. Like, but like last week, both my kid, like my youngest had pink eye because apparently it's like a sinus infection that's going around, and it's like right behind the eyes, and it's just like sitting there, and it's like kids are getting like pink eye left and right from it. It's
tell
crazy.
them to stop exchanging eye gunk.
Everyone's just shedding all their
spike proteins.
Yeah, spike proteins.
It's seriously it's I was under the weather last week and I'm finally back 100, but it's there's a lot, there's something going around, man. People's immune systems are you gotta be careful out there. Get vitamin C, vitamin D, elderberry, all that good stuff. Keep your immune system up.
Gotta stick with the elderberry.
But that's a bummer. Where was the show? Where was it going to be?
It was the Fillmore in Silver Spring.
Okay.
I mean, I've already seen. I saw Drug Church back in June with Drain, with this band Drain.
Yeah,
they rock. They're actually coming to Baltimore on Memorial Day weekend, or the Monday after the convention. They're going to be in Baltimore in the harbor, and they're doing a beach party.
Oh, it's gonna be like, man!
Oh, it's fucking awesome. I'm so excited. It's Drain, Terror,
what?
End It. Yeah.
On a Monday?
Yeah, but it's the Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
But after a whole weekend of libertarian autism.
Yep.
Dude, that'll be fucking sick. Like, is it going to be at the
soundstage, like at the harbor?
Oh,
like outside
okay.
I
thought maybe right it'd be because remember that I think it closed because of COVID, and it was sad, very sad. But it was like it's that bar that's in the inner harbor, and it's like they call it the Sandlot, and it's like a beach.
Oh yeah,
I never went, but I saw many pictures. Seriously,
I think they reopened it actually.
Did they? But I think it changed names or it's different. I was thinking like if that's a venue, that'd be like a beach party
it's
there.
Right there. If that's the same spot, I mean, it's literally the beach. They're calling it a beach party, and it's like I'm so stoked. I already bought tickets for it. I'm like, I'm going. I don't care if business runs over at the convention. Everyone can go fuck themselves.
Like,
I'm going.
See you later.
Who's playing?
Yeah, like,
Babs will step in as an alternate.
Who's playing on it?
Babs will be an alternate.
I'm ready.
Yep. He'll step
who's
in.
playing this
Babs,
thing?
you're in. Get in there.
It's Drain, Terror. Who else? End It. It's funny.
Nice.
I got End
Oh,
It,
man.
and it's funny because I got my End It beer can right here from the band End It. They collabed with Black Flag, and they had this hazy IPA. It was pretty good. I liked it. Wait,
Where's
what is it
Black
called?
Flag out of?
That's in Colombia.
Mm.
They have some pretty good beers. Like they had the Reptar beer. They made so it's like fruit. It's like Fruity Pebble IPA, and it was really good. And they called it Reptar or something like that.
They actually use like GMO fruity pebbles in the like
all the seed oils,
the seed oils and GMO and
Is peanut technically seed? Is that seed oil? Peanuts?
No.
Okay, peanuts
No,
not. So
I
I'm
don't
good.
think so.
What about
Peanuts
avocado?
a legume, not a seed.
That's true. What about
What are
avocado?
you doing that seed oil shit?
No, I'm just curious. I was literally thinking about it today. I was walking past the Five Guys and they had all these
Nonsense.
peanuts there, and I was like, wait a minute. And they said it's fried. It's like everything there says it's fried in peanut oil, and I was just like, wait, I was like, is peanut oil a seed oil? I was like, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I'm fucking
No,
ADD.
it's
just
not a
went through my
seed.
brain. Okay.
It's
All
a
right.
nut.
It's still fried, but
What about olive?
Yeah, I mean, it's still not
olive oil,
great for
seed
you.
oil?
no.
No,
It's
olive is an olive. It's a fruit.
Smashed olive.
But sunflower
So you
seed
got-
oil is that's
Yes.
definitely seed oil.
That's a
Yes.
seed.
that's a seed.
Exactly. Seed. See, here we go.
Damn it.
Is this
This
like
is why
a new
people-
segment? Is this a new segment? Is it a seed
Health
oil
advice.
segment?
Did I just
Otto.
unlock a new autism?
Is this a new auto segment?
Otto gives us health advice.
Healthy auto.
That's like me giving marital advice.
Oh,
Oh man.
You guys
you
catch
do,
that?
though. That's the funny thing is you do. You tell people to get a prenup. That's your number one rule.
Like my
Oh,
financial
man.
advice. Hold your own keys. You know, that's
There you go.
like that's as far as I go.
We still got to make.
Did you
that
hear about
t-shirt with
that
all your
that
rules.
that poor person
we
who
go.
lost a whole bunch of money in crypto?
No, do we have the docs?
I
think,
posted the article. The headline itself I thought was so funny.
Oh no, what happened? Poor guy. Should have been listening to you, Babs. Or gal, or they, them, or whatever they are.
Yeah, it's unclear what pronouns to use.
You're not a biologist, so you don't know.
If we have the headline, it'd be funny, but
I think I have it here.
there we go.
Uh-oh.
This is the angriest I've ever been. 24-year-old astrologer lost $440,000 by day trading crypto and now lives on credit card debt.
Well, first off, you're an astrologer. So anyway.
So how come you didn't know? Like,
Right.
It wasn't in the stars, man.
Yeah.
but if you read, it turns out there's a section where they invested in STX.
there you go.
Oh.
He said he lost 70% of his portfolio when the trading platform FTX and cryptocurrency Terra Luna collapsed in 2022.
Read the next line.
Based on his own analysis done via Vedic astrology, which focuses on karma over personality traits, the events that happened to Roscoe or Roxo were driven by the eclipse of Taurus and Scorpio.
Oh, there you have it.
There.
That explains it.
Fucking
There's
Scorpio.
no way you could know when
Oh,
your
no.
Taurus and Scorpio were being eclipsed. There's no way you're going to know that Sam Bankman-Fried is a scumbag, right?
No.
There's just so.
Oh God. Well,
Well,
I don't know you guys.
Buyer beware.
How did he get 440K in the first place? That's what I want to know.
Right. That too, as an astrologer. Like, what? Where
White
did he-
women.
Another good question.
White women.
Because he's an
Yeah.
astrologer, right? Like I guess he's, people will pay to know the
White women
future.
and their crystals.
White women and their crystals.
He was giving investment advice.
Oh man.
He was selling
Well, paying him
Luna,
for
or whatever the
crypto
fuck it
tips.
was. Yeah.
Guys, Jared, if you want to put up the link, but
I
give
don't.
us some bad news to talk about before we leave, and that's no more Nikki Haley. So I don't know if you want to put up the link
What?
I shared.
Really?
She
Good rate?
officially dropped out. She won the DC primary. So
Very telling. Oh,
So
Yes.
sorry.
Oh,
Raytheon lowers.
half-masted Raytheon. That is so sick.
Raytheon lowers flags to after Nikki Haley drops out.
Oh,
The Babylon Bee.
that is so
Oh
harsh.
man,
They're
Babylon
so
B
good.
always on point. That
Yeah, so she won the DC primary. I didn't even. Apparently, the primary was you show up to a hotel, like one hotel, like Republicans in DC show up to a hotel and just vote. It was just that's it. Everyone in the district had to come to this one hotel.
like all 10 Republicans in DC.
Right. So they showed up and she won that, and then she won Vermont, and then which was an open. I think that was an open primary. I could be wrong. I think that was an open one where people were like, "Oh my gosh, we can't have Trump." So like all the leftists like went and voted for Nikki. But anyway, I think that was the case, but I could be wrong. But after that, do you guys even know Super Tuesday happened? I had no clue until it was Wednesday morning. That Super Tuesday.
Now, is that something with the basketball?
Right,
No, that's March Madness, man.
Is it?
Let's see.
I had no clue. I was like, I felt good. I'm like, God, I'm so glad I did not know. Like,
did you hear about the one that Biden lost to a challenger?
No.
Jason Palmer beat O'Biden in one of the
O'Biden
caucus election. This was in American Samoa.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, they also voted for Bloomberg last time. So remember that was the only thing Bloomberg won.
So it is an open primary in Vermont,
see?
Otto, but you have to declare a party. So yeah, you could be, So yeah, again.
Wait, does American Samoa have they have delegates to the convention and all that shit?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they just play along. So they're like, we're in it. Kind of like
we matter.
I don't know, kind of like DC. Like, I don't know exactly how it works, but they kind of pretend so they can, I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't have any electors.
Like,
right?
I've never been seen America Samoa on the fucking CNN projector screen, on election night.
It's like we have the election, we can call it.
Yeah,
I think
we're just waiting on American Samoa to send in their banana leaves.
Maybe they can include it in the popular vote. It's like DC, right? Like, what about how does DC handle it?
Dude, all I heard was I saw a flyer.
Where's Kyle when you need him?
It was a promotion for Nikki Haley's campaign saying, today's election day in DC, make sure to show up to such and such hotel and cast your vote. And I was like, what? I found out you only go to this one hotel to vote.
Could anybody show up?
I guess it was only open to Republicans.
There's only a handful of Republicans in the whole district.
I know. And they're the ones who probably pay all the taxes. So,
right. Well, and half of them are, they're busy with the
they're all
congressional pages in the back of the Senate chamber.
Or they're all a bunch of warlords,
Yeah, exactly. They're all such fucking scumbags. God,
well, nonetheless, congratulations to Jason Palmer, who defeated Biden in a presidential caucus.
Congratulations. The same people who voted Michael Bloomberg voted for.
Who's Jason Palmer?
Yeah, who the fuck is
He's the
Arnold
winner.
Palmer's son? I don't.
Yeah. Curious.
So, what else we got in the docs? We got a few other things before we switch over to this State of Clown World address.
This is what he looks like.
Previously unknown Democrat beats Biden in America's. Yeah, what's this guy's background?
I found out that I won the primary because my phone started blowing up. And when your phone is, 20 text messages coming in at once, you immediately look at your phone or the TV. And I actually saw it on the TV set here in the hotel that we had won American Samoa.
He's literally the manager of probably all the resorts in America Samoa.
Well, in American Samoa, but we were actually
he's in a resort here.
Super Tuesday states.
That's probably all they have there,
right?
Well, I'm sure there's a military base, right?
Well, yeah, that too, of course.
Yeah, probably
slave women.
Like a big bombing test range where they, blow up nukes and stuff and, radiate the indigenous population for decades. But I don't know. But
I digress.
It's like Bikini Atoll.
guy's just like, I don't even know. I didn't even register to run against Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even
Like
know
he wasn't
I was on the ballot.
watching. He wasn't
I don't
watching
even know
like
where American
the
Samoa
polls
is,
coming
so.
in.
Just some guy getting his coffee at Starbucks. And they're like, "Did you hear you
Yeah, it was
won?"
basically one of those situations like the way I became an alternate delegate in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what started
what was
blowing up.
happening?
Like, wow, congratulations, man! You're a delegate, an alternate delegate.
Don't you guys love democracy?
Just
Yeah,
like,
Dude, I love watching people lose their minds over this Trump situation. They're like, the idea that the Supreme Court didn't kick Trump off the certain ballots or something like that.
Ooh.
They are so mad. They're
What's
like,
his face called?
they're calling to abolish the Supreme Court.
yeah,
like,
what's his face
protect
from
democracy.
ESPN? The old guy. What was him? What's his name?
The old guy
Batshit
on ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's his name?
speaking of
Nut
yeah,
job.
the meltdowns. How about this meltdown? Who is it? This is the Colorado Secretary of State. And here's the
Oh,
docs,
this crazy
Jared.
bitch.
Yeah, if
You gotta play this
look
video,
at
dude.
these
She's so weird.
eyes. Look at these eyes. They're
She's all vaxxed out.
yeah. Oh man, look at these pupils. Like this is the face. And someone tweeted it. It was great. It's like the United States has turned into a giant like it's basically an HR department. This is the face of democracy. Look at this batshit crazy woman. She's a Secretary of State or
Silly woman.
My larger reaction
Watch your
is
talk.
disappointment. I do believe that states should be able, under our Constitution, to bar oath-breaking insurrectionists. And ultimately, this decision leaves open the door for Congress to act, to pass authorizing legislation. But we know that Congress is a nearly non-functioning body. So ultimately, it will be up to the American voters to save our democracy in November. My larger
Okay.
someone tweeted it was great if per my last email was a person. I mean, look at her.
It's the most election of our lifetime.
Fucking
most
Karens.
election.
We're being
Well,
ruled by fucking Karens. Anyway. But
I think it was someone said was it Joe Biden? Someone said like the other day, like Donald Trump participated in an erection.
in an erection. It was
Who was it?
oh, what's his nuts? CNN. Tapper. I gotta find the docs. But
It's on there
it-
somewhere. It
yeah.
was fucking hilarious.
He participated in an erection. Yeah, the leftist lawfare is out of control, and yeah, it get the popcorn ready. I still don't think there's going to be an election in 2024. And tonight, I don't think it's happening, guys. I really think like the fact that they
Can you place a long bet on this? Like, can you place a bet somewhere?
No, I mean, I guess I could.
Like, dude, just put like $1,000 down on this. You could probably win like $1 million.
Well, we're like 6 months away from the October surprise, whatever that's going to be.
Why haven't
God
they just?
knows.
It's got to be cheaper for them to just shoot Trump at this point. Like, what are they doing?
You
Right?
don't have
Like,
to shoot Trump. You don't have to go for that.
Yeah,
anymore.
why?
That
Like,
that route
can't he
feels
just have a
so
heart attack or something? I mean, he's old.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why can't they just,
Because they,
or all they have to do is say, "Oh my God, some crazy guy." Oh,
I love how
because
that's
they don't
the new
actually.
talking
This
point.
is all a LARP. They want him to be president again, or at least run again, so they can print more news and keep drumming up the circus. That's
Okay.
the whole reason.
And they want him at the helm of the bankruptcy, of the complete like collapse. Like they're. But I don't think I don't know.
Well, the new talking point that you're seeing coming out of like corporate media and throughout like all like the Daily Show type thing is now everyone's saying, God, aren't both these candidates just so old? They're so like I pointed this out like about a month ago. I started noticing all these late night talk show hosts are saying like, oh gosh, they're both so old and they're both so like they don't know where they are. And I'm like, wait a minute. One guy can put a sentence together. The other guy looks like he almost shit his pants. Like, stop. This it's just a disingenuous thing they're saying. They're
Sounds
just
like
so
ageism
old.
to me.
So old. Yeah.
Plus, they're hoping They're hoping you talk about how senile Biden is instead of how genocidal he is, instead of what a pedo he is, instead of what a rapist, what a corrupt guy is. You're not talking about the Ukraine and Hunter Biden's laptop and Burisma and the payoffs and the big guy and the right, like being the senile old guy. That's a feature at this point for him, right? Like that's what he's campaigning on. Hoping that other old senile people are like, yep, I know how
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
But he's just a meat puppet now. I don't even believe he's in control of any. I honestly don't. I think he has shot up so much fucking drugs to get through this speech. I guarantee you he's going to ace this speech. He's going to go through this with no flubs. His eyes are going to be all dilated. They might start bleeding again. And he'll get through it, and he'll sound so credible. You're like, wow, maybe he isn't full of shit. And then you catch him on a random Tuesday morning.
CGI Joe.
Yeah.
Or Joe or body double number 7.
Right. It's like, no, but I think they got him filled with so much drugs tonight that he's going to sound coherent. And I'm just like, see, this is the candidate.
He's so presidential.
Yeah, so presidential, right? And then you'll catch him on a random Tuesday morning where he's like just got done like,
dude, well, he's coming off the high.
And it's like he doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know his wife's name. He was literally, so they were talking about this on Dave's show.
Do you remember when they were like, oh, Trump, he finally did something presidential after he like launched a missile at Iran or whatever?
No, it was bomb Syria.
Or Syria. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's finally so presidential. Anyways,
God,
I digress a little.
I was just saying, like, they're talking about how, like, literally so he was on not Donald Trump. Biden was on Seth Meyers' show, and he literally said, he's like, yeah, he's a few years younger than me, but this guy can't even remember his wife's name. He's losing his memory. And then he goes and he finishes this statement by saying, I can't remember the rest.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Just
like,
remember,
what?
This is the best Biden. This is the
best
Biden of our lifetime.
He's analytical. He's intelligent. He's sharp as a tack.
He's not quite as racist as he used to be. He's too slow to catch the kids. This is the best that you're gonna get.
His leg hairs are unrubbed.
Oh God, so gross.
Oh, I'm excited.
Well, I think we got a few more stuff to talk about in the after hours. I don't know if we want to open up the after hours to everyone. I don't know. What did we decide on that?
I think we should open up for the plebes for this special.
We'll do can we do the first 15 minutes or something?
Yeah.
Let's see what it's
just
like.
Stop the feed and then open up a new feed or something.
Nah, I think
that too much of pain?
Things.
Yeah.
Why don't we throw this one out to the mere mundanes that aren't Patreons to give them a little taste of what they might get if they were to invest $3.
Well, shit, I wasn't gonna drink, but I guess I'm gonna have to get a drink.
Oh, exactly. Hell yeah.
See?
So speaking of which,
can we have increased audience participation for this debate commentary festival sort of?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you want to.
We want you guys to sign up for our Patreon. That's the thing. This is your little freebie, your little free sample at a Costco or a BJ's. This is your little free sample to, hopefully you'll go back and sign up for our Patreon over at patreon.com/punkrocklibertarians, where you sign up for as little as $3 a month. You get access to all of our private, very, very private after hours podcasts. And, so yeah, sign up for that for a little $3 a month or $10 a month. You get a free T-shirt. There's different levels. We're still looking for our first Fed level. $1,000 a month, and we'll tell you where all the things are buried, and we'll tell you all of the details that all of our Fed agents would want.
I'll tell you what my tax strategy is.
That sounds great. I want to know what your tax strategy is. But so go over to patreon.com/punkrocklibertarians and sign up. And if you guys don't like using Patreon, there's other ways to donate to the show over at PRLfans.com. Send us some Bitcoin too. And we also have T-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. If you use the code PRL or PRL Podcast, you get a 10% discount. If you use the code PRL2 and spend $50 or more, you will get a 20% discount. And there's plenty of other cool libertarian shirts over there. So I know you'll end up spending more than $50. So go check that out. And until next time, everybody, live free
or die.